Hold on, people. What be shaking your beans and bacon? You got Professor X2K here. Um, I'm tired. I'm sick. I'm tired. I grew up in a little town. Well, it's not that little anymore, but it's called Yuma, Arizona. I um, I didn't have that luxury to be racist. Why do I say luxury? Because everybody just flounces it around like it is. I grew up with pretty much in a Mexican household. We ate beans, tortillas, menudo on weekends, sopapillas, you know. And I leave Yuma after my grandfather dies, and I come up here to Phoenix. Now, mind you, growing up my first 9 years in Yuma, all we had was country radio. That's all I listened to, country western music. My mom, she was trying to give us the best life she could after I had moved up here. But the thing is, I didn't know anybody. And it was bad enough me being the little red haired black kid from the country. But I found a friend in my neighborhood named Eric. And his family took me in um, like one of their own. Eric's mom, Justine, and my mom, they were like that. Some weekends they'd, send all the kids for a sleepover in one house and the adults would go over the other house, and get their party on. Um, oh, did I mention Eric was a white guy? Yeah. And now, mind you, coming up here, it was something about music I always loved. But back then, all we had was rock stations and country stations. We didn't have that. Oh man, I used the word luxury and I throw it around too much. But back east, WGCI, all those cool stations. You had soul music. Um, Hell, we didn't get the first soul station. I can't say it was an actual soul station. It was a jazz station. KJZZ. No, no, no. It was either KJZZ. It had to be KJZZ because that's the only radio station on top of Western Home. And I remember I used to go up there and hang out with Al was it Althea Fox? Anyway, I'm jumping ahead. But the thing is, I didn't know what racism was. I just knew I had somebody that wanted to hang out and play with me. Show me, different forms of music. And that's one thing Eric and I had in common. We liked music. Behind Eric lived a guy named Ross Root. And I'm not sure if anybody of you watching this would remember him. But he drowned in Saguaro Lake the summer after we graduated from Whittier going to North. It was one time I had went over to his house and he said, before I went in, he said, don't pay attention to my mom. And I didn't really catch, I'm like, okay, just if she says anything, just, let it roll off your back. And the way he looked at me when he said it was like pure embarrassment. And Now, as I gotten older, I understood why he was embarrassed because his mom was a freaking racist. Um, and that's really bad when your own children know what's going on and you still don't get it as an adult. People, right now, I'm going to cut to the chase here because I know I can ramble on till the cows come home and I'm already here. Yeah, what? That ain't right. 5 minutes. Yeah, okay. Um, right now, we've got enough stuff going on. One, we've got this COVID 19 coronavirus pandemic going around, killing everybody. Now, granted, yes, it seems like racism has ran rampant because of the leadership this government has. We have become the laughing stock of the world, but there are still those people who don't see that because they're too busy looking at the color of somebody else's skin. Black Lives Matter, it's basically about cops killing innocent blacks. Now, a while back, I saw a little snippet. No, let me cut to the chase here. This one guy, he did say something about media. Sometimes they'll swing to the left, sometimes they'll swing to the right, but it's like my grandma always say, unless you know the actual source and you find it yourself, don't believe shit. Right now, people, we are being bombarded with, from what I mean now, and I, I don't see it on the news, but again, like this gentleman said, media. Black people are being found lynched back in back east, south. Somebody was found, I guess, in California. So, man, we got, let's see, COVID 19, racists going crazy. Oh, let's not forget the murder hornets because they're on their way. Now, the only thing we got, well, hell, the aliens already flew over. We just need them to land. That would do it. Um, People, I don't have time for racism. I was, um, I had a four-piece band called Liquid Fate. Mike Geving, Tom Ray, Tim Murray, and myself. Two black guys, two white guys, and we fucking rocked the valley. I didn't see color. I never have saw color. My mom, and to this very day, if I see a bar of lava soap, I will, my gag reflexes just kick in quicker than a cat can lick its ass because I said something racist one day listening to something my older brother said, and my mom caught it. And oh man, uh never again. And then I learned. My mom, now, she tried to keep us in, believe it or not, she moved us from downtown, I guess North Phoenix almost, because we were over by North High, to South Phoenix. And the area of South Phoenix we moved to was predominantly white because it was on Thunderbird Country Club Estates. And we had to get up in the morning, put our white shirts on, make sure our hair was combed before we could go outside. We go outside, the rest of the kids run around and tore up jeans, holy shirts, tore up shoes, because they had their play clothes on. And after we figured that stuff out, we just screw it, went out there right with them. Our neighbors across the street were white. We had Mexicans right next to them. We had Mexicans next door to us. Followed blacks on that side, whites over there. It was a neighborhood. We all knew each other. We played together. We spent the night at each other's houses. Why can't we do that stuff now? Why is everything, well, basically I'm going to answer my own question. Because this president we got has brought out the closet racists, as you say, and they are running rampant because, I mean, cops are killing innocent blacks. They're killing innocent people. Let me say it right there, because I remember I was out in Mesa at La Quinta. No, I was at the Denny's right next to the La Quinta Inn, and they shot this gentleman because apparently he had a pellet gun or something. But they're human. They make now. Here's the thing: some cops don't need to be cops, and you want to know what's really bad is if you're a black man wearing a blue uniform, because you're targeted either way. When you got that uniform, oh, cops are pigs, ah! And then when you take the uniform off, shoot it down there. You know, he can't lose. I'm telling you, not all cops are racist. Not all cops are idiots. We lived next door to a cop growing up in South Phoenix. John was one of the coolest people. Man, dude taught me so much crap and let me go on so many things. I mean, dude sat there and it's a long story, but I got busted smoking weed, and Dad and him had something cooked up. But we're sitting there with me, my dad, and a cop with weed on the table. And he's trying to teach me a lesson. So, people, don't believe the media hype. Don't believe all the crazy shit. Now, as you noticed, lately we've had peaceful protests. That's all granted, there are some people who believe, no, tear that shit up. We need violence. No, violence doesn't solve anything. It doesn't. You and a person, you have a disagreement. You don't agree with what he says. So what? You shoot him in the head. What have you learned? How to live the rest of your life in jail. He may have knowledge that, may have helped you down the line. But you didn't give him a chance to explain that. Why? You weren't thinking. Because your racist attitude. I got a daughter that's half white. I know so many people of various races. Well, as you say, ethnic backgrounds and cultures and things like that. People, I'm going to wrap this up because I know I've been going on too long. But I just want to say we don't have time for this. We really don't. We need to pull together as a unit. And here's the thing. You got the blacks over here fighting against the whites over here. What about us people in the middle who just want to live a life of peace, harmony? We don't give a fat rat's ass what color you are. We can learn from you. Hell, the Mexicans can teach us how to cook Mexican food, the Chinese. But think about it. Think of all the cultural foods we have. Indian fry bread. Come on, people. We need each other. Let's think about that. Dos Equis, X out.